Welcome to Lift Your Leg. This is Monique Anstey from the Naughty Dog in Victoria, BC, author of As a Dog Thinketh.
And Jill Brown from Calgary, Alberta, the Bag Lady.
Thanks for coming to listen to us, everyone. Tonight we are discussing. Oh, I just said it perfectly before I turned the camera on. I had two dogs arrive at my place this week, both of them naughty. One of them I'd seen a video of in advance, and I was concerned about this dog arriving because his behavior was quite extreme. And the other dog I'd heard about and was really looking forward to it coming. Then here I am now a week later, and the dog I was super concerned about has transformed 60% at least, if not more. And the dog that I was excited to work with has transformed 2%. That's what we are discussing tonight. So, why is it that one dog can improve so fast and the other dog is only just starting to show her true colors, let alone improve? She is improving, but minimal. And why? What is it that we should be looking for in puppies that makes some so willing to try and please us and others that just don't care? That's not true. Yeah, it is. She
It
doesn't care.
it kind of
Doesn't
is.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what you need to look for when you're looking at puppies.
Yeah.
Novice people or new dog owners tend to get kind of sucked into that puppy that sits in the back corner by itself because they feel sad, they feel bad for the puppy being all alone.
I
But
think both of these might have been that puppy because the one that has transformed, she said she couldn't touch that dog to start with, and it took her a long time to be able to groom her for the dog to, be pet and stuff like that. But even though she didn't want to be touched or groomed or anything like that, she still slept on her chest.
hmm,
So needed her. And then as the confidence grew, so is it even that, or is it just the desire to bond?
that's a tough one. I don't know. I think there's some that need people and some that don't. And obviously that the one that has made such a transformation is one that maybe not even necessarily needs people but wants people,
Wants people.
and
Yes.
the other one doesn't want them, needs them for that food that it's always expecting. But so that tells you that's one of the worst ways to see if a puppy will interact with you.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. I have to say, looking at these two dogs that I have here, so the one that has made minimal progress and is setting me up to bite me with there are warnings, but they're subtle. If you didn't know what you were doing, you would say there was no warning. It's like a casual lift of her eye up.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the warning. It's, oh, I'm just going to pull my hand away now. With her, if there's hope of food, she's super sweet. She's willing. She's lovely. If there's no hope of food, she's not around.
Yeah.
So she really, really makes me aware that in positive reinforcement training, when we're teaching dogs behaviors, we have to be mindful of the mood that the dog's doing it in. Are we just Pez dispensers giving them what they need? Or
Yeah.
are we included in part of this transaction?
Yeah. Yeah, with that one, you're just a means to an end. She has to eat, so you can be the person handing it out. Which I
Well,
don't know how much, like in my, I do a lot of positive reinforcement training. That's how
we
all of
all
my,
do.
yeah, that's how all of my teachings are done. But there's always something interactive before the food comes.
Exactly. Yes. It's not click and treat. It's like levels of praise of making me happy
Yeah.
before the food comes.
Yeah.
There's that middle piece there where I'm important and included in that. And then it also got me to thinking the dog that's transformed huge follows me everywhere. If she's unsure, she goes in between my legs and just so I'm like her barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm her protector. She follows me everywhere. She's always with me. Honestly, with her, I don't even need to close my gate. If I'm wondering where she is, I just need to look within 30 feet and she's somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
With the other one, as soon as she arrived, I put a tractive collar on her, which was really fortunate because that was like the last time I was able to hold her collar for a few days. And so I was really panicking when the battery died on day 3. It was fully charged and that battery died in day 3.
Uh-oh.
And that collar saved me hours of time because she would just go hide underneath my van, hide in a bush.
Hmm.
And then if you went to get her, it was like game on. She certainly wasn't coming. But that's been easy to address now outside. That's mostly fixed outside right now.
Like you could put your hands on her? So
Oh, no.
what is fixed?
I can get her out of that area without getting bitten.
Okay.
By fixed, I was aiming very low. Before, if you went to get her, she wasn't moving. And if she was like a little snapping turtle. Whereas now, if I go to move her, she comes, but it's resigned.
Hmm.
It's certainly not, oh, good, you're here, Auntie. That's next week.
That's because she is learning that you're not just a Pez dispenser, and she actually does have to do what you ask her to do.
Yes. Which I've spent my entire week this week thinking about her. And it got me to thinking of like Keeler training. In that first week of his training, he's using a long line and changing directions. So he's getting the dog to follow them.
Yeah.
And then guide dogs for the blind, they always used to say that the piece that they are looking for in a puppy to show how trainable they are is the ability to follow.
Okay.
And then I have this little thing where following is 0.
Yeah. So she would not be a dog that would be going to the seeing eye. I think that just shows the dog's desire to want to be near humans, to have that companionship.
No, because a very independent dog doesn't follow so well either. As in, a very confident dog doesn't necessarily follow so well. So if you're testing puppies, the confident ones might follow and then they take off ahead of you. Then if you change directions, they make half-ass follow and take off ahead of you again. So they're aware
Yes,
of where you are, but they're not necessarily following.
but they're still engaging and being with you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, the ones that completely go off on their own and don't need you around, that answers your question. They don't need you around.
I remember years ago, I tested a litter of Akitas. And with the Akitas, like they get put in there and they're like, oh, hi. And that was it. I did the rest of the temperament test myself pretty much.
Wow.
So independent, like so different than what we're used to looking at.
Yeah.
And I realized in that one, like fast, like I have to measure them like on a completely different scale than I ever would. Like a golden retriever, all of them were just going to fail it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess in that situation you compare them against each other,
Yes.
not against different
Yes.
different breeds and different tests you've done.
And there have been other litters too that haven't followed, but it's because they were too scared, too overwhelmed. But then when I sat and let them connect with me, you could feel the ones that got strength from me versus the ones who were like, yeah, you're horrid, go away.
Yeah.
Maybe not horrid because they're little puppies, but The ones that were like, "Oh, good, you're here to save me," versus the ones that are like, "You're the devil."
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was that. Yeah. So following is a key piece, I do believe, in trainability.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
There are exceptions to this because if I'm thinking of a German short-haired pointer, some of those like upland game dogs, I'm not sure what their followings. And maybe it is when they're little.
I think it would still be there.
Then they just range out far when their confidence comes.
Yeah. Or just when they're in that situation where there's birds and their instinct kicks in. I think with the puppies too, following definitely. Puppies that want you can pull off of them being engaged with something else, as minor as it might seem, but they might be over sniffing a flower. If you make a noise or a movement and they come running over to see what's happening, that's another one that will tell you what you've got in a puppy there, how much they want to be around people and engage with them.
Today with her, like we had a much better day, so much better than how it has been. And she's had fun stuff. She's enjoyed definitely parts of her day way more than she has prior to now. She was tired and I just put her out for her final pee. So I went, stepped towards her, like, here, honey, called her name, make it like a wiggle with my fingers. So it was clear I'm coming towards her. Soft. It's nothing like rushed or frantic or anything like that. So she knows I'm coming for her. And she sees me and books it under my minivan.
Anywhere is better than being around people.
Yeah. Good job.
Hmm.
I'm confident in who I am. This dog is not allowed to write my obituary.
I'll do that.
As long as you play the Muppet song. Following makes a dog trainable. And as we say trainable, I'm not talking teach him to sit or down because this dog has food drive. So she'd be very easy to teach behaviors to. And there's a willingness there. So she's very transactional and would be easy to teach stuff to, but then would kill you in your sleep.
Yeah.
I'm
Or when the
exaggerating as
or
I say that.
when the food goes away, you would
Thank you.
yeah, you wouldn't have that connection.
None.
Yeah.
I agree.
Training and
Yeah.
teaching are two different things. She's
Yes.
easily teachable, but
Well
yeah.
said. Should be fun to teach silly tricks to, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hang on. Harold has cat opinions. Should be fun to teach things to, pet tricks, that kind of stuff. But she wouldn't be so fun to live with because she's self-serving. It's all about her.
Yeah, I don't think you would end up with a trained dog with that one. Unless you always had a pocket full of cookies.
So is this training or is this the dog? Is it training or is it the dog?
I don't think you can answer that without knowing how she was as a
Time will
baby
tell.
as a
I
baby
know.
puppy and yeah, as time goes by. And even knowing what she was like as a puppy. There is going to be some puppies that want nothing to do with people as baby puppies that will come around as they grow up. There's probably going to be puppies that want to be around people and then as they grow up become more independent. Kind of like me.
This isn't, I don't want to use the word independent. I wouldn't define her as independent.
I would say if she doesn't need people, that's being independent. She can do everything on her own.
I don't think she's independent. And I have to come up with the right word of what she is. Maybe a little bit independent, but she's not confident enough to go off on her own, really. It feels more like games. Seeing me coming and diving under the car. And then she sees me reach for the long line and knows it's game over. But if that long line wasn't on there, good luck.
Interesting.
So very, very clever. Incredibly clever, this dog. I think we are tackling it. I think what surprises me is the other dog that came was so intense in reactivity, if we can even call it reactive. I think reactive means she's reacting to something, not causing it, and she was causing it. So let's just say dog aggression and a fair amount of it.
Okay.
So much so when I saw the video, I was like, I'm going to earn this money. And I took her photo Monday morning when she had improved a bit and sent it to Haley. And Haley commented on how angry she was with her tight little face. And then going from that to being an off-leash social Wednesday night. Today, we did a lesson with her mum and all of my dogs and a boarding dog just running around, all fine, being together. How can one dog that cannot get along with others get that far in 4 days? It's incredible because there was so much anger there, Jill.
Yeah.
And she's
That
delightful.
that to me says that that's a taught behavior. Like she's had some bad experiences and that's what she's learned she needs to do. Whereas the other one feels like it's more of an ingrained genetic thing. So it's definitely going to take you longer to get through something that's genetically there versus something that's created by bad experience.
Is that true? I'm mulling over things in my head as you're saying that.
I'm
My
sure I mean in many instances you're not going to get through to a dog that's had bad experiences. But
I was thinking of Sizzle as you said that, because I think with a lot of those genetically broken dogs, when they get the right information, their change can be fast. It's just they need that right information. They're a bit weirder.
I wouldn't say Sizzles was fast though. Sizzle's change wasn't just, it was there were small changes, but ending up with a dog that was fun to be around and enjoyable to live with was years.
All right.
Yeah, she was a long one.
I'm thinking of my other board and trains, like some of the weirdos I've had that are genetic weirdos. I think it depends. I'm thinking of names as I say this. So I think one of the pieces might be trusting me to help them and trusting me enough to allow themselves to be vulnerable and to let me do it.
Yeah.
That's a huge piece. And they have to be intuitive enough to be able to pick up on the subtle stuff that I'm doing. Because not all of them are clever enough for that.
Yeah.
But
On that,
generally, the bad ones are clever.
yeah, they've learned. Trust might be your big thing with these two dogs. The one you're struggling with, nothing has really happened to create a situation where she sees that she
Yes.
can trust you.
Yes,
Like you haven't had to save her from anything or
exactly.
some kind of an instance. Whereas the other one, like you said, you'll find her between your legs. You're a safe
Yes.
spot.
Yes.
So she's trusting you to look out for her. The other one's just no, I can.
And the other one, if she feels unsafe, goes under the car.
Yeah, that's what.
Whereas the major improvement one is going to come in between my legs.
Yeah,
So trust is the key.
yep, yep. So once this one falls into the pond and realizes she can't swim, and you have to go in and slog her out of there,
Yeah.
that'll be the moment she realizes you're not so bad.
And it has to be something like that. Like I need an opportunity to be able to rescue her. Only being an adult as a puppy, that's easy.
Yeah,
It's so easy because it doesn't take much. They don't have the life skills. So it's quite easy to rescue a puppy from many everyday situations.
Yeah.
But an adult has learned how to overcome everyday situations. So to rescue an adult is way, way harder.
Hmm. Wonder if you can use her meals somehow for that.
I had tried, like, the first day, getting her out of a crate was, oh, okay. Like, at the beginning, it was all right. I think maybe I just had beginner's luck. So I enjoyed my beginner's luck at the very beginning. It was fine. And then gradually it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And Tuesday, after, like, she was on full out tantrums. And I was just at the beginning, because she's not the most confident dog in the world. So at the very beginning, I was just waiting until I could get something over her head. Then, as she started getting nasty, I was still waiting. I waited for probably all of Monday. I let her have that. Tuesday morning, I let her have that. And then Tuesday afternoon. So now we've done a lot of stuff together. We know each other now. And we've done walks. Like, I'm clearly no longer her prison guard at this moment in time. And she had increased Tuesday afternoon. And then I corrected her. And once I corrected her, she still snarked, but with less intensity. And I corrected her again. And then she just let me put the noose over her head. So that was Tuesday afternoon. And then I had her out. We had lots of fun, put her away, lots of fun in her muted way. But she had opportunity to have fun, is what I should say. Put her away. Came back an hour later, and it was full on again. And at that moment, I was just like, screw you. Fine. You don't want to come out? Stay in there. So I would go to her every hour and just sit by her crate, see if she was willing. And every time I opened it, she would just kind of like not move, but shift her weight towards the back of the crate. And so that was Tuesday. And I thought, you know what? You can come forward. You just need to lean forward. So I'm not expecting you to rush to the door and be happy to see me, but you can just lean forward to let me get you rather than shifting your weight backwards and away. And I tried waiting her out. And I don't know if that worked. Because that's a moment where she needs, like, she does need me to be let out. And I think she just got a bit more resentful rather than, oh,
Hmm.
good, my captor is back.
Hmm. When was that? Tuesday?
Yeah,
She sounds pretty extreme. I was going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say, like, her whole world has been turned upside down,
it has.
which it
Yes.
has, but by by day 3 you'd think that you would be seeing some form of, I guess this is my new normal. But
German Shepherds normally come in hot and they're monsters for the first 24 hours. And then after that 24 hours, I may have to be careful the next 12 hours. Then they're literally mine.
yeah,
36 hours, that dog's now mine. Granted, she is not a German Shepherd, but she also isn't as strong as a German Shepherd, which means it should be easier. Yeah. And it hasn't, I'm going to say it's improved now, but only because I'm leaving a very short line on her.
yeah,
And so I can just reach in, grab the end of that with my little garbage picker uppers
yeah,
and just pull her out and then snap another line on her when she gets out. So it's improved now because of that. But then there's the booking it under the cars, which we then dealt with.
yeah,
So then she resorted to, after we've spent all day together today, and she decided to hide herself on the floor of the driver's seat. So she's sitting on like the gas pedal and the brake as I'm doing errands. So I just hop in and go on, move over, darling. And I get the eyeball raised up. That's all you get. And I just very gently, like, go on, move. And I just moved my chair back so she had room to move. And she looked a little bit higher up at me. So I had to return a couple of shirts to UPS. So I just bopped her with the envelope of, go on, get over there. And good job she didn't dent the envelope. She bit it pretty hard.
Yikes.
And so I just jumped out, went to the other side because I know her by now. I was expecting something like this. And I had closed her line in the door on the other side. So just get over here.
Yep.
And she just hopped up like, oh, busted. She's got my long line.
Wow.
So she's clever enough now. She knows she can't do it with the line on. So if the line's on, she's good. She just, okay, I can't get away with it.
I wonder how much opportunity she's had to make choices.
I'm guessing 100%
Really?
management. Yeah.
Like she has been making choices? Or hasn't?
Has been making choices.
Hmm.
They lure her out of spots with food because they know what will
Right.
happen.
But that's being lured. That's not her making a choice to come out. Like I was thinking that with the leash. As soon as there was pressure on the leash, she was like, somebody's doing it for me.
Mm.
And I wonder if that's a norm that she's gotten used to.
They lure her out with food.
Yeah. So that may be the same thing. Like she's not making that choice to come out on her own. She's doing it with food or she's doing it but via a long line.
And here's my thought, because this dog is clearly highly food motivated. Because if I reach into my pocket for my keys, like she's 30 feet away from me, something like that, I reach in my pocket for my keys and she zooms in front of me and does a sit. And she looks so happy and animated. Oh, good, you're going to feed me. And she's making eye contact, super cute. And I pull out my keys and she's just like, and just walks off. It's really funny. So she's super food motivated and very keen to do what she thinks might get her a reward. And I'm wondering if she has learned that hiding will do that.
Oh, could very well be.
And it feels a bit more like a game. It actually feels like a game. Because if she was truly that angry in the car to bite my envelope that hard, when I went to the door on the other side and come on this way, she'd have come out with me with teeth. She wouldn't have just been like, oh, okay, I'll sit in my seat now. So it does feel a little bit more like a game, like it's just been a trained behavior.
She sounds like a spoiled brat.
I'm hoping she is.
A spoiled
That's
child that's gotten away with everything.
when she first came, I had about 30% hope because I hadn't yet seen the teeth. It was just the way she was behaving. And I knew that she could be that dangerous dog. She just hadn't shown her cards yet. And I'm so hopeful that she's just a clever, spoiled brat. And I am starting to pray that that is the case. I don't know that it is, but if it is, all's good.
Yeah.
If it's not,
All's,
that, all's not so good.
all's not so good.
All is not so good.
Huh.
But if it's a spoiled brat, we can train that.
Yeah.
That would be lovely. And it was the way she hopped into the front seat. It was just so, oh, okay. Like, you remember the last dog that we had to get out of my car when he didn't want to? And you give them a little
Unfortunately.
nudge with a line and they come flying at your face. Like,
Yeah.
you better have a barrier to keep them off. I was in exactly that scenario with this dog. And she just hopped on up and sat, oh, where are we going now?
Oh, I hope to never come across another one like that one.
Oh, yeah. Definitely the worst I've ever encountered.
Wow.
I've met worse in different ways. He was the most dangerous I've ever encountered.
Yeah. He was scary.
We're not allowed to talk about him. Let's shift gears. Very interesting. This is the part of dog training that I absolutely love is you get like little personality profiles on them, like each dog that comes in, similarities to other dogs you've trained before. I'm going to say I'm making up a number here, but there's probably like 20 personality profile types. And once who they are, like what little personality profile, you know how to train that dog.
Yeah. You can
And
think back to what worked for that one.
exactly. And that's what I absolutely love about training dogs is trying to work out their personality profile. Then it's onwards and upwards.
But is this one a new personality profile?
If she's a spoiled brat, no.
But you
You shouldn't actually call her a spoiled brat because I don't think she is a spoiled brat. I think she won the chess game. So she's been trained. So she is spoiled, but not because they spoiled her, if that makes sense. She outsmarted them.
she's manipulative.
Yes.
She knows.
She learned the loopholes in the system. That's what she did. So yes, she is spoiled, but it's not because of lack of boundaries or lack of training. It's because she was so darned clever, she changed the rules. So that kind of dog I love training. And I'm wondering, she's not a poodle, but I'm wondering if her brain is like that of a poodle. And I think she might be. Like that clever, that sharp, that manipulative. Manipulative's a hard word to put on a dog. But with this dog, I have to say calculating. She is.
You got your work cut out for you. You have her for what? Another 2 weeks?
You'll be seeing her.
Oh, good.
Why did you make that face? Oh, it looked more aggressive at the camera. I didn't understand what you were doing.
No. It was a oh good. I can't wait face.
Hopefully she'll be lovely by then. But I am still worried about the lack of bonding. But again, if she outsmarts everyone, she might just think people are stupid.
She might. Yep. Then she'll have to change her game.
She needs a t-shirt saying I can be meaner.
You're suddenly gonna have all your board and trains going home with clothes that fit their personality.
She needs that on a dog collar.
Funny.
How was your week of employment?
Lovely walks with my dogs.
Oh, good.
The old girl went in this morning for a tune-up with the physiotherapist. I was told she hadn't been seen since 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I felt horrible, but then I was like, that's a good thing. She hasn't needed to be seen since 2019.
It's a very good thing.
Yeah. She
You-
just needed some little tweaks and all was good.
You will be pleased to know there are now 8 Agathas.
Nice. I've been trying to come up with a whole bunch of names.
They're all Agatha.
They can't all be Agatha.
My incubator started hatching, and one was hatched out days before the others. And Jill named her Agatha. And then after that, I stuck with the one name.
Agatha number 2, Agatha 3, Agatha 4.
It's black Agatha, yellow Agatha, brown Agatha. Very creative, I know.
Very, very creative.
All right, Jilly, I will let you go. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too. I'm going to bed now.
Good night.
Tired. Good night. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.